My name's Tom Ryan. I'm the head wrestling coach at Ohio State University. I'm with Mike Basillo, 2008 NCAA champion, now a member of the coaching staff at Ohio State University. And we're going to cover some positions that will help your students be better mat wrestlers. I think as a coach, as a competitor, I know the importance of the position. I know that many key matches, both at the NCAA level, at the high school level, and even the junior high and youth level, bottom wrestling is a critical position. Like anything else in life, you put hours into it, you get results. This is not a position where you can expect someone just to go from an average bottom wrestler to a great wrestler overnight. Hours logged are critical. It's something we focus on at Ohio State University in terms of hours logged. You young men that want to get better at bottom position, it's a mentality, but it's a work ethic. It takes a lot of time, a lot of focus to become a good mat wrestler. This video series will focus on some skills that can help your student wrestlers become proficient on the bottom position. Seems pretty basic, but it is crucial that your starting position on bottom is a solid one. We're in the bottom position, the top man's ready to come on top of us, and he already has an advantage because he's on top of me and he's inside around my waist. So it's important that my center of gravity, my hips are underneath me. There are several holes, and I'll turn to the side here. There are several holes from the bottom man's standpoint. There's a hole here that your opponent's trying to get inside, and there's a hole back here. When he drives you forward, there's an opening here. So what I want to do off the starting position is make sure that there are no holes. All right, I'm sitting back on my heels. There's very light weight on my hands, very light weight on my hands. I can lift my hands up off the mat because my hips are underneath me. I do not want to be forward like this where I'll fall over by taking my hands off the mat. So a good starting position, a powerful position is crucial off the start. The referee will not tell my opponent to come on me until he says, am I set? Yes, I'm set. So cover the hole here, elbows in nice and tight, lightweight on the hands, head up, of course. Here's my good starting position. Now, one of the drills that we like to do is be able to make the decisions on which way to move to hold my position. It's important that I can secure my base and hold my base when someone my size and weight wants to move me. So, starting position, we'll go back this direction here. Now, one of the drills we'll do is we'll have the top man. He doesn't come on top of me, but what he's going to do is kind of pull me around. He'll pull my hips, maybe. Now, this is the problem. He broke my position. Through hours of practice, my brain will be able to make the adjustments necessary to move. When he moves me, I move, and I adjust my body weight. He pushes me, I adjust my body weight. He pulls me, I adjust. Maybe he'll grab an ankle, and I'll put weight on it. You know, maybe he'll drive me forward, and I'm constantly adjusting and holding position. Okay, so learning how to make the necessary adjustments as somebody moves you to the left, to the right, grabs your ankle, chops your arm, is very important and a very important drill. This is a type of drill you can do maybe 5, 6 sets of 30-second goes, 6 sets of 15 goes, and I'll do a little bit on Mike right now. So, you know, coach, as a coach, we'll say, ready, we'll blow the whistle, ready, go, and I'm pulling at him. You know, I'm pulling at him, I'm pushing him, I'm working hard on top, and my simple goal is to break his position. He will eventually be able to adapt to the changes in position and be able to have a strong base down there. That's the first drill. Okay, in this next drill, from the starting position, the top man is able to break us down. We make a positioning mistake, we don't make the adjustment we need to right away, and we get caught in a position where we're down on our belly. Okay, obviously this is a position we do not want to be in. The chance of getting turned here is great. The chance of getting away here is not great. I've got to make sure that my hands stay away. Even from the start, when he starts to break me down, I do not want my wrists to the inside. I want my hands to the outside and elbows in. So elbows are in, hands are to the outside. So I get broken down flat. Coach Basillo comes on top of me here. Look, I'm not in a position I want to be in. I'm more likely to get hit for stalling. I'm more likely to get turned. I've got to get to my base right away. I'm focused on the instant I'm in. Not getting out, not winning, losing, on the instant. So here we go. I'm caught down here. He did a nice job breaking me flat. What I'm going to do is bring, if he's on my left side, I bring my right knee up. If he's on, I'm not going to push up. It's a waste of energy to do a push-up here. I'm going to use my hips and get my center of gravity back underneath me. So I bring the outside knee up, and then I push over the outside knee until I'm back in position. All right, we'll do it from this side as well. Seems very basic, but it's amazing how much energy we can waste here when he's on top of me with all his weight, pushing up, trying to come up. All right, so outside knee comes up, both hands, push back over that knee, regain my starting position. Okay, in this third drill, this is a drill where either we've made a mistake or the top man has done a good job tying up our wrist. Now, clearly from the bottom position, again, we do not want our wrist tied up. We really want to get used to fighting with our hand, fighting with our elbows, and sealing these holes on the side here. The elbow will help seal these holes so that my opponent cannot get in here and tie up my wrists. While I'm fighting, of course, I'm always pushing back with my upper body. Back pressure is crucial. The mentality is almost, I'm throwing him off of me. I'm not running away from him, I am throwing him off of me. So Coach Basilla will come on top, and he's got me locked up in a 2-on-1. Okay, the danger here, first, make sure that if you do get caught in this, let's not give up back points. We're going to get out of it, but let's not give up 2 back points in the process of getting out of it. So one thing that will help me once he has me is to make sure my base is wide. The wider the base, the more difficult it will be to flip me over and tip me. If my knees are close, Mike will come to the side and turn me here and score 2 to 3 back points, putting me in a little bit of a hole. Okay, I think we've all seen some great top wrestlers with outstanding tilts. They can end the match within a minute. 6 of those with a takedown and an escape, and match is over. So now let's get out of this position. His hands are clearly locked well around my forearm here. One option is to bring my free hand and come underneath the hand that's closest to my wrist, come underneath, grab my own arm and use it as a lever and pop it. Once I pop it, while I'm using this hand to pop it, my forearm is pinching tight so that his hand can't do too much more damage. I roll this out, the opposite side hand rolls to the outside to free that up. Now I'm free, and I'll bring my elbow back to the inside. This is very important. This is completely sealed. This is not good. It's sealed here, but this wrist is waiting for this hand to come across. So hand fighting is crucial down here. Comes to right on top of your thigh. Come inside here, and I'm back inside, and I've removed the problem that I had. I've freed my wrist. Okay, we're going to show another angle to the same drill. He's got my wrist here. The hand, the free hand, this one's tied up, comes underneath. Look, ripping at it may work, but against a stronger guy who's got really strong hands, it's not going to do the job. Okay? My problem is my left hand is being tied up here. Right hand comes underneath, and it grabs my own wrist, and I pop it forward. From here, I roll out the other hand, and I get my elbows to the inside of him. Inside, secure these holes here. You know, as I said earlier, I think this is one of the better hand fighters on bottom, Mike. He does a great job of keeping his elbows in, making sure he doesn't have hand control. We're going to do a drill here that you can use for your student athletes to help paint the picture, get them used to fighting with their elbows. So here's the drill. All right, top man is behind, obviously, the bottom man with 2 underhooks under each side. So I'm under the right arm, I'm under the left arm, and I'm up on his collar right here. Now, Mike's goal, the goal of this game for Mike, this drill, is for Mike to get both of his elbows inside of mine. Okay? So he pulls this one off, puts the elbow to the inside. While he does that, he pulls the other one off. This would be a win for him. All right? You can spend quite a bit of time on this, 5-10 minutes in practice, where the bottom man, top man comes on. Bottom man, look what he's doing now. He's coming across with his left hand and grabbing the right wrist. He's coming across with the left hand, grabbing the right wrist. Now, what you can't see is that when he's coming across with his left hand, his right elbow is locking my arm in place. So this hand can't move. Now, if he brings his elbow up too high, as he comes to grab, I'm going to grab his wrist. So it's a minor point, but it's critical. You can't see it happening. So I'm on top. I've got two insides here. He comes across and he pinches this side. It's going to be difficult for me to do anything here. I can barely get a bite on him. He's got this thing locked in and pinched. Now he pulls it down and then puts the elbow inside of it. In the meantime, I'm going to be trying to dig back in with this arm. He's got it sealed. There's a lot going on here in his brain. There are tremendous signals being sent from his brain to the different parts of his upper body on what to do. In the meantime, now he'll come across with the right, grab the left wrist, pull it down, get the elbow inside. There's a point for Mike. He's got me beat. Now I'm over. If we can get the offensive man over the top of us, we're in good shape. So he won the hand-fighting battle. Maybe you go best out of, he's got to get 6 wins. He's got to get 10 wins. We start again. Ready, go. And I'm trying to get, my goal is to get it. There's another win for Mike. My goal on top is to get this. His goal on bottom is to get this position. Now you can do it from here, where he's sitting upright. This will help his core. It helps him with his hip position, settling his weight. Or, he can do it from the downward position, where he's bent over a little bit more, and we start right here. Same drill. Okay, same drill, same concept. Bottom man, your goal is to get elbows to the inside without giving up a 2-on-1. Top man, your goal is to get a 2-on-1. This next drill, I would consider a critical drill from the bottom position. This is a position that is very, very common. Okay, so bottom man, this position, we're gonna do a knee slide. A knee slide is crucial that a bottom wrestler understands this position. Too many times what will happen is it is not too hard to get onto your hands and feet at the same time in this kind of a bear crawl position. So I'm riding Mike. It's very easy to butt up. So Mike brings his butt up and he's on his hands, okay? And then what happens is we start to bring our feet to our hands or our hands to our feet, and then we pop up off the mat. This is a very common escape. So look at it from the side position, or a way that people think they can get away, but they never get away. So what'll happen is referee blows the whistle, he butts up, and then he just tries to stand up here and get away. Okay, in this scenario, you can see as Mike stands up, unless they turn to the side, as Mike stands up, look at the gaping holes we talked about earlier. I got a hole I can hook here, and I clearly have holes here. So I'm riding him here. Now, based on the rules of the sport, I cannot lock my hands yet because he has a supporting point on the mat. If I lock my hands right now, that's a point for him. Now, as soon as he brings his weight off his hands, I can lock. So if you notice, as soon as he brings his hands off the mat, there's nothing he can do fast enough to stop me from locking my hands and lifting him and returning him. So there's a drill, the knee slide, that will help a wrestler who's used to butting up. They butt up and then they come up here. They butt up and they come up here. As soon as the hands come off the mat, top man locks, picks him up, slams him down. Bottom man pops up again, does the same thing, gets picked up, put back down, and before you know it, the period's over and you're still on bottom. So here's the drill. Knee slide. And maybe we'll face this way. Which way do you want knee slide? Left? I'll be on the left side. Okay, so knee slide. I'm jamming him forward. I'm making him work. He brings his butt up to here. Same position we were in. If he tries to stand up, I'm gonna lock my hands. Notice his back will come pushing back into me, and his hips will go forward. This is the motion we want to use to get out. Upper body pushes back, lower body, hips come out. So here we go. He knee slides. He brings the side that I'm on. I'm on Mike's left side. He's going to bring his left knee and slide it forward. As he does, his back comes up into me. I still can't lock my hands. From here, he'll push back up into me, and he'll cut through for the escape. Again, big difference between popping straight up and using a knee slide. Again, knee slide position. Step one, he butts up. Good, good, I don't have too much. If he comes up off his feet right now, his hands, I will lock. No good. If he knee slides, takes his left knee, the side I'm on, slides it forward right by his right hand. He slides it forward by his right hand. His back is pushed into me. He's sealed off everything. From here, he'll use his right leg and push back up into me and cut through to earn the escape. Tremendous difference between the two skills. One, you have a hard time getting out. The second scenario, which is the drill we wanted to teach you, the knee slide, is critical. You know, of course, I want to reemphasize that each of the drills that we've gone over to this point, you know, doing them once in a while is not going to help. You know, the brain works best when it's challenged continuously, day after day, logging the hours of work. So those drills have got to be done, you know, on a daily basis. You know, doing them 5 times is going to be good, but you need to do them over and over again to make sure that the man can develop the skills necessary to get out. Now, in this scenario, this next scenario, I'm locked behind him, okay? So we're up on our feet, and we don't have hand control. So Mike did a good job getting to his feet, but no hand control. So the top man is going to lock. Now, the rules say it is my responsibility to bring him back down to the mat. There's no set time in the rule book and how long it takes, but I have to be showing that I'm using energy to bring this man back down to the mat, or they'll hit me for stalling. So one of the things we want to do defensively, this is a great drill, again, another great drill, 10 sets of 15 seconds, 20 sets of 10 seconds a day, okay, when you're going through a hard drill. I'm locked behind the man, okay? I want to get to the side and lift him up and put him back down on the mat. Okay, that's my goal. Pick him up, put him down. If I cannot pick him up and put him down, I am either going to get hit for, I'm going to get hit for a stalling call, okay? I've seen, I think we've all seen in the wrestling business, people get hit for multiple stalling calls from this position. You'll get hit for a stall, 10 seconds later, if he's not back down the mat, you'll get hit for another stall, was the point. So the goal here for Mike is to balance himself. He's going to use his hands. You'll see he'll use his hands to push on my knees, and he'll get used to somebody trying to lift him from side to side. So I got him locked up here, right? Here's the drill. We go 15 seconds. I'm trying to come around the side and lift him, and he's balancing. I'll try to come around this side and lift him. I'll try to come around this side and lift him. I'll keep switching side to side. Maybe I'll pull him back. Now, at some point, I've got to make a decision. Either I get hit with stalling calls, or I cut him and we go on our feet. So balancing yourself is a position, is a drill that will be very beneficial. I do not recommend right here going to forward rolls and things like that yet. Okay, no reason to go to forward rolls. Let's balance ourselves, a great drill, and balance yourself, so get your top man hit for stalling. So the balancing drill, again, is a great drill. Maybe we'll use it at the end of practice, you know, 10, 15 sets of it. Your guys are tired already. Where, again, the goal, this man's goal, stay on your feet, do not roll, do not switch, stay on your feet, get used to balancing. Again, I keep going back to the brain sending these signals out. There's only one way this thing's going to learn. It has to be challenged. If it's challenged to the left, if it's challenged, his body will make the adjustments, the pathways will be set, multiple sessions of this, hours and hours, this guy will start to make the adjustments he needs to stop from being lifted in the air. So these drills can all be used together. The more frequently you do the drills, the better chance your athlete has of improving at it. There's no shortcuts, there's no secrets. It's hours logged in certain positions. The brain will start to send the right signals it needs at the right time for your athlete to make the adjustments. So the goal, my goal, again, maybe we go 10-second goes, 20, 10-second goes, alternating. Bottom man's goal, do not get put back down on the mat. Top man's goal, work on your lift and return. So not only is he working on his bottom position, but the top man is also working on lifting and returning. Great drill, do it often. This next drill is kind of the next cycle from the previous drill. We stop the man from lifting us. In this scenario, the top man does a good job, comes around the side and lifts us. Okay, it's going to be real important when you get lifted in the air to stay calm and focus on the position. Focus on the different positions that your body has to be in. So if I'm lifting Mike, notice how when I lift Mike, he'll bring his knees to his chest and he'll stay in a tight ball. The tighter ball Mike is in, the better off he has of popping back up. My goal is to slam him down legally, take him down with control, and then extend him immediately. So I want to lift and return and then extend him so he can't pop back up again. Again, this drill is for both of us, but Mike ends up winning this scenario here. So hands are locked, elbows are pinched tight on my return. I come around the side and I lift him, and notice how he already brings his knees up to his chest. He's prepared now for the return. So I return him. As soon as he hits, he's in the ball. I want to extend him, but right away he pushes right back up into me. This time he has a hand. He puts it behind his butt, and he cuts through for the escape. So again, from this angle, top man steps around the side, lift, return, bottom man pops back up with a hand, cuts through for the escape. Again, no time for the bottom man to think about anything other than the position he's in, getting the one-point escape. Okay, so the finishing details on an escape are critical. This particular drill is the end part of the bottom man doing everything right to put himself in a position to get the one-point escape. All right, so I've done everything right from a bottom standpoint, and I'm up to here with hand control. Too many times what happens at the very end of the move, either we lose focus, there's not one yet, until I am broken away from my opponent and facing him. This isn't one. I have to be facing him to get the point. So, under the rules, that is not one. So, I've got a hand, 4 fingers, my elbows on the inside. A common mistake right away is to just turn and face him. And what will happen here, if he's lower than me, when I turn and face him, he'll pick me back up and put me back down in a Turk position or a position where I'm clearly not nearly at the advantage I was just a second ago. All right? So everything's got to be done right here. 4 fingers, my elbows on the inside of his. If I've got his left hand, left foot's forward, driving back. Heavy back pressure. Hips are coming out. I post. Here's the pop of the hips and the push back of the upper body. Right hand's in the air. Pop, drop, and spin. Notice I started in the center of the block O, and when I escaped, I'm in the center of block O, and I'm facing my opponent. Critical that we stay focused through the entire position until we earn our one-point escape. Okay, so this next series of drills will help prevent the top man from securing a leg. We all have seen some of the great top wrestlers in the history of the sport are all very good with riding the legs. So from a bottom position, I do not want legs in. Once a top man gets legs in on me, I am in a vulnerable position. I do not want them in. So clearly, the most effective thing we can do to stop a leg rider from turning us is to stop a leg rider from getting the legs in. All right, so here's a few little tricks that may help your wrestler defend against the legs. Okay, first and foremost, again, strong position before the referee blows the whistle. I got good solid position. Okay, top man, a lot of times these days what they do is they'll spiral ride. So they're going with a spiral ride, going for your wrist, and then when you're focused on your upper body, what they do is, and I'll turn this way, what they do is he's on my right side spiral, he's on the right side of my body, his left leg is going to come around the back door and slip that leg in on me. Now he's got a leg in. Okay, I've got to prevent this from happening. So, top man is going with a right side spiral. He comes around the back door. If I just straighten the leg, if he's trying to put the leg in the left side, I straighten the left leg. I bring that knee of the left leg around behind my hip and forward. I'm away from the danger of that leg being in. Okay? Second scenario is he's spiral rising me or chops me and he's trying to get this leg in on me. All right, he's trying to get a leg in on me. I will bring my knees together. I will close the space. It's crucial that I'm strong with the upper body though. So I'll show you on Mike here. I try to throw this leg in, right? He'll bring his knees together and seal the hole off. Okay? So the knees come together, closing that hole that I need to slide my heel into in order to get a leg in. Okay, the third one is when a man is draping here. So the top man is over the top of you, and he's got his left leg, okay, draping right here, okay, looking to slide this leg in. What we'll do is the bottom man will take a hold of the shin. He's posting, bottom man is posting heavy in the right arm, and a lot of weight is on his right leg. So what he's doing is he's taking all of my weight and he's holding it with the right side of his body, his right knee, his right hand. That frees up his left leg to step up. He throws it off, turns and faces. Okay, so 3 effective ways of keeping the top man from securing a leg. Okay, I think if we scoured the country, went to different high school state tournaments, NCAAs, different qualifying events, we'd see that for the most part, the top man has a few breakdowns that are known across the country. There's not this magical breakdown that people will use to control the bottom man. There's 3 that I want to focus on. Okay, this first one we're going to focus on is a tight waist ankle. It is a very common ride. It is a very common breakdown used in the sport. And the tight waist ankle is simply that. Top man has a tight waist. He's given that by the rules, the way they start. And the top man will take the hand off of the elbow and he'll bring it right down to the ankle. His goal is to lift the ankle up in the air and drive you forward until he breaks you down, and this is where he starts working his turns. So it is critical that the tight waist ankle is stopped. Again, a very common breakdown. So here we go. Off the whistle, he goes right to the ankle, okay? Right to the ankle. There's nothing that I can really do to stop him from getting this ankle. So what I've got to do is make the adjustments necessary with my hips to get out of here, to get out of this position, get a point. Now, there is no way I'm going to be able to, do not try to lift the foot he's got and step it up. That will not work. That will get you in more trouble. What I have to do is focus all of my energy down to my left foot. There's a total focus of all my pressure to that left foot. I want the left foot to weigh a ton. I do not want him to be able to lift it. So Mike will try to lift it and I'll push it down into the mat. I am driving down into the mat. As I do that, I rotate toward it so I can see it. I'm looking at it. I'm not crunched over waiting for a cradle to happen, but I go back around and I look at the position. I'm on my right knee, I'm on my right hand, and I got a hold of his wrist now. Again, look at this motion. Go. It's a push. I'm pushing back. My back's going up into him, and I'm looking at the hand that he's got my ankle with. From here, common mistake is to move forward. I am not moving forward. I am driving back. I get my back straight, and with this thigh, notice it's at 90 degrees, a 90-degree angle here. This is an 80, 70, 60, 45-degree angle. It's not going to work. It's got to be at 90 degrees. This is the strongest angle I've got here, all right? I'm going to push back up into him. I've got the wrist. Forget this hand, and we're back to an earlier drill, the pop, drop, and spin. One more time on this drill. Again, it takes a lot of time. He tight waist ankle. A lot of time get used to swiveling my hips. It's all in the hips. It's all in making sure this foot weighs a ton. I am not moving it. I rotate over it, 90 degrees. I'm good. I'm good. Now it's at a 100-degree angle right here. I push back, pop, drop, spin. Get your head in his way so he can't counterattack you. That's the first defense to the tight waist ankle, a very common breakdown. I think one of the common positions that we'll try from here with a tight waist ankle is to go to a switch. As he's driving me forward, the bottom man takes his left hand, brings over his right, and tries to switch him here. Okay, I don't recommend doing this. Okay, it'll work to a certain point, but we really want to stick with the basics of the sport. And the basics here say, listen, he's got your left foot, that's your problem. Rotate over it, get to 90 degrees or more, push back, get up to your feet, pop, drop, and spin. I believe that's the most effective way to get away from a tight waist ankle. So we're talking about common breakdowns. The first one we just worked on was a tight waist ankle. Okay, this second one is going to be a spiral ride. A very common ride in high school and the college level, a great way of controlling the bottom man. And a spiral ride, okay, on a spiral ride, the top man is going to pick either left side or right side. He's going to bring his front hand, the hand that's on the elbow, right inside the armpit. So the hand on the elbow is coming inside the armpit, and the hand on the waist is going into the thigh. Now here's what's critical in this position. The top man, Coach Pasillo, Mike, wants to get me down. He's on my left side. Top man is on the left side. He wants to bring me over to my left hip and then grab my left wrist, okay, and flatten me out. So if they're on your right side, they want you to land on your right hip. If they're on your left side, they want you to land on your left hip, okay? I want to do the opposite of what they want me to do here. So here's the deal. Here's how we're going to get out of this. It's called a changeover, defending a spiral ride. So Mike, and I'll turn this way to start. Mike starts with a spiral ride on my left side. He wants me to go to my left hip. What I am going to do, step one, rotate right knee up. So Mike's driving me hard forward to the left, rotate right knee up, push back, and instead of landing on my left hip, I go all the way around to my right hip and right hand. Here's my position. Now from here, if I just roll forward, if I just roll back over forward this way, I'm back where I was, only Mike is on the right side of me now. He started on the left side, now he's on the right. So let's rewind this, and we're right to this position. I do not just want to go back forward. What I want to do from here is post on the left foot. Notice how the right leg is bent by my butt, close to my butt. Right hand is posting strong. Left foot post, right hand post. I'm going to elevate myself and take this knee and put it where my right hip is currently. Post, left foot, post right hand, elevate, and take knee and put it back underneath. From here, I straighten myself up, and I'm going to push back up into him with a hand control, push back up in, and cut through the way I did earlier. Again, one more time here. Top man, spiral ride, bottom man. He's on my left side. Notice how my right foot is not moving. He's trying to spiral me, foot's planted in the mat, rotate knee only. I'm not stepping up. Post right foot, rotate up knee, he drives me forward, I push back, all the way around to the right hip, post, elevate, slide knee underneath, straighten up upper body, push back up into him, elbows are pinched, take the hand, put it behind the butt, pop, drop, spin, my 1 point, and I've stopped the spiral ride. I think what I'm going to show now here is a faster version of the changeover. And I think from a learning standpoint, you know, obviously this is a videotape. One of the great ways to learn is through watching, repetitively watching a skill done properly. So I'm going to do a faster version of the spiral ride to a changeover. Okay, so bottom man set, top man comes on, wrestle. He spiral rides me, rotate right knee up, sit to the right hip, slide back, cut through. I'll do it again. And this is how fast drilling should be in practice. Go. You know, your guys are set. Maybe from a coaching standpoint, we count down every 7 seconds. 7, 6, 5, down to 0. Bottom man gets a changeover, starts back position again. You go again. Multiple repetitions, short break in between. Third common breakdown, right? Third common breakdown is a tight waist chop. Okay, very common. Top man has already got an advantage with the tight waist. He squeezes the tight waist. He drives his knee up your butt. He chops your arm, and the next thing you know, you're on the side of your head. Let me show you what the tight waist chop looks like. Mike will hit a couple on me. So he's got a good tight waist here. He chops my arm. His knee comes up my butt, and I'm caught in the position where I'm on my belly, and not only my belly, but he's got a wrist on me. So I'm in a world of trouble here. Okay, I got some problems. If there's 10 seconds to go in the match and it's tie, or I'm down by 1, that's a problem. All right, so we've got to be ready for the tight waist chop. Again, a very common breakdown. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, conceptually, top man is driving forward to the left. So Mike is squeezing me here, he's driving with his right foot, and he's driving me forward to the left, trying to break me down. What I've got to do is post my left arm and take my hips and drive them backward to the right. Top man, forward left, back man, bottom man, behind me to the right. Okay, so here's the drill. Now, this is almost like for you freestylers out there defending a gut wrench. If Mike's got a gut wrench on me and he's driving me left, I'm looking back up into it, but I'm swiveling my hips to the right. Okay, same concept in folk style. He's got a tight waist, he's got an arm chop, and he's driving me forward left. I've got to swivel my hips down to the right, and what I'll do is I'll bring the right knee over to the left a little bit and call for some help. All right, so the right knee's come over to help. From here, I push my foot down the mat, very similar to the way I did with the tight waist ankle, and I'll rotate up into him. Again, 90 degrees here. This is going to be a problem. Here's a 30-degree angle. Too small. 90. Here I am. I push back. If he's over me, I bring it over the top, cut through. So, again, tight waist chop. He's driving me forward to the left. I post. I'm rotating backward to the right. Bring the right knee over, swiveling the hips, rotating up, securing inside here. He's over the top of me. Back pressure, push back up into him, raise the arm, cut through with my one-point escape. Tight waist chop defense. So let's take a look at this drill a little bit faster. And again, coaches, when you're out there in your wrestling room, something like go, count down from 6. They've got to hit the position, get out, and get back down before you say time. So you're counting down from 6, maybe you're counting down from 8 off the start. You do 20 reps, 8 seconds, get your team working, get these guys learning under a pressure-filled environment. Okay, more pressure on them. So here we go. Tight waist, chop, forward left. I rotate back into him, throw him off me, cut through. Again, tight waist, chop. He's driving me forward left. I got to make the adjustment. Rotate, bring the knee over, swivel it up, position, watch my balance, and go. One point I want to make once I get to here. Okay, I still have a supporting point on the mat. So if I need to use my hands to balance myself, they should be used. He cannot lock yet. If he locks right now, it's a point. So until I'm comfortable that when I come off this knee, he can lock now. He can't lock, he can lock. So I've got to make sure that my hip is out when my knee comes off the mat for the escape. If I'm bent over, he's going to lock, return me, no escape for me. Okay, another scenario here is this guy has a heck of a tight waist, and he is able to get me down to my elbow. So he chops me, let me turn this way for a second here. He chops me down to my elbow. Okay, what I want to do here is as he chops me, now take a look at, as he chops me down, take a look at my right foot. If he's using his right leg to drive into me, notice how he's using his right leg to push me forward. If I can get that leg, if I can get my opponent's drive leg up into the air, he has no more power. So, referee blows the whistle, he gets me off the whistle driving on my hands. Maybe he gets me to my elbow, maybe on my elbow, maybe on my hand. But he's clearly, as you can see from my hip position, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble here. My center of gravity is somewhere out here. It needs to be back down there. So what I'll do is I'll turn my body a little bit and I'll lift his leg in the air. As I lift it, I get over to my right hip in a hip heist position and earn a reversal. Okay, again, from this position, he's chopping me, driving me forward. I'm going to lift his leg in the air. I lift it and I sit. I go all the way, I keep lifting it all around. I sit on my right hip. My right hand drops into his thigh to hold his hips in place. Right hand drops into his side to hold it. He's going to try to come back up on top, hold him where he is. Hip heist, from here to here, score my reversal. 2 points. So a little elevator, we call this right leg lifting, a little elevator, it'll take his drive leg away from him, get to your sit position, hip heist, score your two-point reversal. This next position here is, we're going to stick with defending the tight waist chop. And the top man, off the whistle, is able to knock us out of position a little bit. He drives me forwards. So notice when he drives me forward, he takes my center of gravity away from me. Okay, I'm using my two hands here. I'm flexing my triceps. I'm holding my position. But I've got 2 feet that are kind of being wasted. So let's use one of them. What we're going to do is, if he's driving with his right foot, which means he's on my left side. If he's on my left side, he's driving with his right foot. I'm going to fish for it. Now notice I'm kind of in his calf area under his knee. I'm not down in his ankle, but I'm kind of up in his calf. I'm going to lift it. I'm holding position and I'm lifting his calf. As he drives me forward, he no longer has pressure. I'll lift it and I'll go all the way around to my right hip. So I lifted it with my right leg and I got around to my right hip. Now once I'm here, the right hand gets into the crotch. I'm kind of right in his crotch here, under his calf. I'm holding him where he is. I'm just flexing my tricep and I'm locked his hips out. He's going to try to bring him back over the top of me. I'm going to hold them where they are. From here, hips up, sit underneath. By bringing my hips up, I plant a lot of weight on him. Now he's got weight on him, now he doesn't. If I just roll, he's going to scoot his hips. I'm not just rolling over. Hips up, take the right leg, slide it underneath, shoulder in position, score the reversal. So this is called a little elevator. Again, the elevator is in the right leg. As he drives me forward, lift it. Lift this power leg off the mat. I lift with my right. I rotate around to my right hip. My right hand goes in his crotch. My right leg sits underneath, and I got my reversal.
When I do a stand-up, what I like to do is what we call it a quarter turn stand-up. And with the quarter turn stand-up, whatever side he lines up on, okay, we're going to quarter turn to the opposite direction. So if I'm facing this direction, he lines up on my left side, I'm going to quarter turn and I'm going to be facing this wall. And all I'm doing with this quarter turn is I'm actually hipping in with the side he's on just a little bit, just give me a little bit of space, and I'm rotating over this other side foot. Okay, so I'm hipping in, rotating back this way. As I'm doing this, this foot stays planted on the mat. Okay, our other side that he's on, we're shooting that elbow in. Just like Coach said, we want to block everything off here. I'm quarter turning, hipping in, just to give me a little bit of space, rotating over this foot, shooting this arm in. Okay, because notice when I'm here, guys, this foot is planted on the mat. I don't want my foot to be here, where if he drives me in, I'm in trouble. Okay, because I need to be able to push off this opposite foot. So again, here, he lines up, I quarter turn to the opposite side he's on. Pressure him back, rotating over, elbow shoots in. From here, all we're doing is the same stand-up. He's trying to push us in, we're pushing off this foot, pressure comes up. And again, going down to the hand, we'll turn it over this way, okay, so you guys can see this a little bit better. When I'm quarter turning, I'm going to quarter turn this way, elbow shoots in, pushing off this foot, pressuring back, okay? When I'm pressuring back, I always want to keep back pressure, coming back up to my feet here. This hand that's on our stomach, okay, since we steeled this off, we don't need to worry about this hand. Hands on our stomach, taking all 4 fingers, peeling it down, putting it right in our back pocket. All we're doing is just cutting straight through, right back into our stance, okay? So the only thing with this, most of the time, a lot of coaches will say what they want to do is they want to step up with the outside, or with the inside foot. Okay, I'm actually doing it a little bit different, but I'm not stepping up, okay? I'm just rotating right over this foot. Elbow shoots in that he's on, rotating over, that foot stayed planted. Now from here, all we're doing is back pressuring up, on our feet, hands on our stomach, peeling down, cutting right out. One little thing with this quarter turn, a lot of times, a lot of people when I show this, they'll ask me, well, what happens when you quarter turn here, and he wants to chop me down, because he's on the opposite side here, okay? This is really his only defense he's got, okay? He's got to try to take me back to the mat. He drives me forward, I'm standing up, okay? There's not really much he can do from here. So when he quarter turned me, what I want to do is I want to stay in a real tight ball. All I'm doing, as soon as he quarter turns me, I'm going to roll right on top of my shoulder, come right to my head, and all I'm doing is I'm running my feet out to the front. As soon as I get out, I'm shooting my hand up into the air, okay? So again here, going quarter turn, okay, just like we're doing, quarter turn, elbow shoots in. From here, he's got his last defense, or his last really thing he can do from here is he's going to try to chop me back down to the mat. From here, I'm just going to go right with it, go to my shoulder, right to my head, I run my feet out front, my arm shoots up, okay? It's real important that you get this arm up as soon as you get out, okay? As soon as I hit the mat, as soon as I'm coming back to the mat here, this elbow is shooting straight out once we get past this leg. Okay, we'll do it from right here. As soon as I'm going to roll back down this way, this elbow shooting right up to the air, okay? Most of the time, you're just gonna get out and get your one, but every once in a while, you got this arm shoots up, you catch his leg, you run behind and get your two, okay? We're really working just to get one. If we get two, it's just a bonus. All right, now when you do this quarter turn stand up, you can use just yourself and a wall, okay? So if you don't have a partner, you can do it at home, you can do it in your wrestling room. When I was younger, we used to line up all of our guys against the wall, okay? And this was a way for our coaches to see what we were doing. All right, we don't have a partner on top of us, we're just doing this just by ourselves, okay? So all we're doing is we're coming down to referee's position right next to the wall. When we use the wall, as two things, okay? So we know he's lined up on our left side, he's on our left side, and we use our wall as a little measure to see if we're getting enough back pressure. Okay, if I go to hit my quarter turn stand up and I'm pressuring forward, I never hit this wall. Okay, so when I hit this quarter turn stand up, quarter turning, I need my back to go up flat against the wall here. That's when I know I got enough back pressure, I can push off right to my feet, cut right back out, okay? And it's good too because you can go either direction. I can come back, go quarter turn the other side now. He's lined up on my right side, quarter turn here, back pressure up, cutting right away. Okay, so it's good because you can use that as both sides. He lines up on my left side or lines up on my right side. So one more time here, in my referee's position, right next to the wall, quarter turning away from the wall here, shooting this hand in, back pressure, pressuring up, cutting right away. And that's your quarter turn stand up.
So this is another great drill to use toward the end of practice. So your team has completed live wrestling, you know, they're tired, they're fatigued from a hard practice. Here's a drill that really focuses on the mentality for the bottom man to make sure that at all times he's focused and escaping. Once an offensive man, once I take Mike down, okay, upon a takedown, that's a time where the bottom man has to be at his peak of focus. Now, a lot of times after we get taken down, unfortunately, there's a mental break. We're thinking, darn it, I got taken down. That mentality has to be squashed immediately. You got taken down, you're down 2-0. You get out, it's 2-1. You get a takedown of your own, you're up 3-2, no problem. So here's a great drill again toward the end of practice. What I'll do is, again, this focus is for Mike. Maybe I'll score 15 consecutive takedowns. After every takedown, Mike's focus is on building his base and getting away. So the drill looks something like this. I'm gonna work on good skill, maybe inside tie wrist, maybe I high crotch him, I take Mike down. As soon as Mike is taken down, he's fighting up, cutting through. I take him down again, swing single, bring it up, take him down. As soon as he gets taken down, he's out. So it's a drill for both people. I'm working on my skill for both of your wrestlers. I'm working on my skill, on my good technique, and his focus is really in, I got taken down, secure position, not a split second of feeling sorry for myself, regain position, and get my escape. And I can do this drill two ways. One, I continually take him down, he gets away, or I take Mike down, he gets away, he takes me down, I get away, so either way will be effective. A good mentality builder, great way of teaching your young wrestlers that getting taken down is no big deal, get your one right away. First, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, for purchasing this bottom skills and drills video. We hope that your team, yourself benefit from this video and you become a better mat wrestler all around. You know, at Ohio State, we feel that it is crucial to be good in the bottom position. I'm fortunate to have coached young men like Mike that have won the national championship. One of the reasons why, of course, is his bottom position was so strong, was not rideable. You know, we wish you the best of luck. Again, the key to the bottom position is like the key to anything else in life. You got to log the hours. Put the hours in. Take the time to drill this over and over again. More hours logged, the better chance you have of mastering this position. We wish you the best of luck. Have a great season, and go Bucks.